welcome to another video. And as usual, before I get started, go ahead and smash that like and subscribe if you're new to this content. And to my current subscribers, I appreciate you guys more now. Let's just get right to it. So we're going to talk about Safemoon here in this video. And to know, guys, the reason why I'm doing these Safemoon videos because I want to talk about the topics that were not discussed or what people would like to hear about. I could be doing meme tokens right now and talk about the next meme that's actually going to be running, but we want to talk about the things that are not actually being addressed and go a little more in detail, because if this stuff was to actually go ahead and turn around, this will be something at least you guys will be aware about. We do know that Thomas Smith has actually submitted some documents to the court to actually offer his services in Los Angeles around a given period of time. But the question is, given what we know right now, knowing that the former employee of Safemoon, also known as Papa, and if you were given the opportunity to give Thomas Smith a recommendation, what would you write about Thomas Smith, knowing what you know? Would you give him a really good recommendation, knowing the fact that he lied about Binance, he's lying about a lot of different things what went down with Safemoon, knowing that he lied that the blockchain was done, that he built a server, he was not really a developer, he probably worked around the developers. Anybody can rack a server, plug it in, load an operating system. We saw all of that. Given all those things, now he wants to offer be a part of an architecture role from a consulting standpoint in some capacity. What would be the recommendation would you give Thomas Smith? Would you even recommend him, knowing what position Safemoon is in right now, to the point where they can actually be dissolved? Would you advise a company to hire Thomas Smith for a particular role? Would like to know you guys' opinion, because we're gonna roll back the covers and see all the things that are happening with some of the former employees. We see a lot of the former employees actually turning their words against the former CEO, given the fact that you guys were all under the same umbrella. You work for Safemoon, so you are part of the meltdown. And the fact that you guys are chasing away and all turning your backs and actually pointing one target at one particular person, says a lot that, who are your allies when you need them most. And this is the reason why I'm doing these videos, because, hey, nobody is paying me to do these videos for SafeMoon. I'm looking at, who is loyal when you need them most. And, that's why I keep stating the fact that innocent until proven guilty. And the fact that John Kareem is being very, very quiet, this is a good sign that the legal team is giving him the best advice possible. I think with Thomas Smith, he have told the legal system so much, he cannot go back on his word, because they already have all that information already documented. So when the case does come to part, they're going to say certain things, and he's going to have to say, yes, I did say that, but there's no time he can go back and double back and say, well, I meant this, because they had more than enough time to actually question Thomas Smith in reference to the accusation that he said to John Kareem. We don't know what he said, but we will see some of the court documents when that time does come. So me personally, I would not recommend Thomas Smith, but I can know you guys, what are your thoughts in reference to, if you were offered a chance to give him a recommendation, would you advise a company to hire him, knowing the history and the things that he's actually been a part of a company that they said that they all stole money from holders? Why would you want to hire somebody like that? What is there to go ahead and hire Thomas Smith? If he was involved in stealing money, shouldn't he have money? We saw no information that they seized his assets. All we saw is that, number one, he didn't want to go to the court because it was too far away. We saw a lot of things that he could not do. Meanwhile, the CEO of Safemoon was actually in jail. Now, hey, again, innocent until proven guilty. Maybe he does have an argument. We don't know, but we can clearly see that he is getting off the hook. So this is the reason why I am doing these videos, not taking sides, but I'm just stating the facts on seeing where the leniency actually is on every single person. We know there are multiple people that were involved in this whole debacle of how Safemoon, the rise and the fall of Safemoon. And, when that time does come, we will see how it is all play out. So this is why I'm doing this video, because, I do remember a lot of people looking up to the also known as Papa as the legendary end-all be-all, the man with the wisdom to go ahead and lead Safemoon into the light and make everybody get a hold. I've seen times when he said that, of course, we will get listed, and then all of a sudden the price will go up, and then we'll see a very, very red candle. Was he a part of that? Was he the one selling off the tokens at the same time? And if he was, I'm sure they're going to see that information on the blockchain, as well as they probably already know. And I can tell you this: he will get time, no matter all of this free time he is getting, unless he has given up some valuable information where it was now become incriminating. We don't know, and that's why, again, I personally would not give him a good recommendation. I'm not sure what you guys would, but just let me know. Also, based on the comments that I've actually been getting in reference to what was said on Safemoon, the last Safemoon video, is that would you buy Safemoon again? A lot of people had a lot of response. And I'm just going to read up a few. I couldn't really read all of them, and I want to apologize to all those people. There were a good amount of responses, and I did reply back to a few of those. Is that what are your thought process? Some people wrote that will the wallet still work, and will it still be operational for you to buy Safemoon? Hey, if Safemoon is actually acquired, they're going to buy the complete picture, okay? And yes, they may not have the same developers, or they might hire the same people that were there. The question is, will they want to get involved with Safemoon again? They can hire those same people back on a consulting basis to go ahead and train up the other people until their contract expired, to go ahead and pass the baton on to the other people to get it going on. That is simple. They do it every day. The same thing with when Elon Musk took over Twitter. He kept on a lot of the same staff, but he got rid of a lot of people that weren't as significant from an engineering standpoint to keep them on. So, hey, if it can happen with Twitter, it can happen with Safemoon. Now, the next question, somebody said that, definitely not. They will not buy Safemoon again. They have been ruined by their confidence have been ruined. And I do understand that a lot of people did take a good bit of a blow in reference to where they thought that Safemoon was going to go to where it actually turned out, and seeing that, hey, this CEO did get locked up in jail. Bottom line, it was embarrassing, because a lot of people had big dreams for Safemoon, and seeing that the very person at the top of the pyramid actually got locked up in jail, it definitely was not a good look. There is not a person out there that can agree that it was a good look to see the Safemoon CEO actually get locked up in jail. And yes, that did affect a lot of people, and a lot of people are scarred to this point, and they just don't feel comfortable. They don't know if they can ever build a rapport with another entity or another project and have that bond with a community again to really go ahead and put their money in. So I totally do get that. And then there were another people that said, God, no, just hearing the name of Safemoon sickens me. So I said, well, okay, which is a fair statement. What if they were to change the name of Safemoon? The response, the person responded back and said, hey, they already have a new name called Operation Phoenix. And for that person that did that replied back, the Operation Phoenix that is actually in play right now is not a part of Safemoon. That is another project. Okay, it's another project that's carrying on the same name. I'm not sure of any copyright rules or regulations of them. I'm sure there's some legality there, but the fact that they're able to do the name, I haven't seen it on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap yet, or even on a centralized exchange. I think with CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, they look at all of those different things that, hey, this name already exists. We don't want to go ahead and list it, because they can be legally liable as well for not doing their due diligence. But the Operational Phoenix, just to be very, very clear, is not a part of Safemoon. Is Safemoon dead? Right now, operational-wise, yes, it is dead. Operational-wise, there is no movement. It is dormant until they go ahead and actually potentially go ahead and auction it off again. So if you like what I'm saying, guys, go ahead and like, share, subscribe. Because I just want to address these things here, because, there are other projects that are actually moving. Now, there's a lot of people that want the CEO of BBTF to actually take over and run the project. The question is, do they have the funds to buy the entire project? Do they want to get involved in buying any part of Safemoon? Would the card make it available to BBTF Don Bailey? I think Don Bailey is actually a really good person to go ahead and lead the community in reference to that, because BBTF is actually doing really good too. I'm a holder of BBTF. Again, as I said, I don't really have a very, very large buy, but I have been seeing the charts, and I hope you guys will be watching it well. A lot of people now that were part of the Safemoon community are also a part of BBTF. The market cap of BBTF, the last time I checked, was over $3.7 million, which is actually really, really good, guys. It's holding its ground really, really good, because I take a look at a lot of different meme tokens that I'm involved in, and some of them are struggling to get above $1 million or even $2 million market cap. And BBTF has a strong base of over $3.7 million market cap again, at the time of making this video, there was a little bit of a retracement, but having Don Bailey at the helm would actually be really good. Reason why, number one, he has a good rapport with the community. I personally do not know Don Bailey, other than just going into Twitter spaces and every now and then maybe asking a question. I don't think he even know who I am. But I think based on what I have heard and listening over the period of years, I think him running that company, I was a part of his project, and he was able to be very, very resilient, given the fact of all the different challenges that he have encountered along the way and still exists to this day. It says a lot about his character, that he believes in the project. No matter whatever adversities he has encountered, we have all seen it on full view, and he was able to rally back with the resiliency and keep the project afloat, as well as brought in different partners and also be a part of helping people start their very own projects. And that's the kind of leadership that you want for a project, but is the network there to go ahead and acquire Safemoon? Now, he is affiliated with a lot of different people that are part of different financial sectors where they can come in as a partner to go ahead and put in funds to go ahead and most likely make a bid at Safemoon. Would you guys want Don Bailey to be the CEO or be acquired Safemoon? Let me know your thoughts. I think it'll be a good pick, but I'm not sure if he'll be interested. Would he want to get the whole picture, or would he want to get a piece of it? These are just things that I'm throwing out there. Want to get you guys' opinion, because I want you guys to think for a minute here about, how a project can actually still go on. Hey, there are a lot of different companies that I don't like that I wish they can actually be acquired. I'm not even going to mention the name of those companies because I don't want to endorse them, but there are some companies that actually had faded out, and I'm actually really glad they went away, but they have actually come back. And, the name Blockbuster for BBTF, there's actually a meme token named, a part of the Reddit movement called Blockbuster that actually bought it. That actually made me some good money. But they had Blockbuster BBTF actually was started by Don Bailey, which is a really, really, really good name as well. So let me know you guys' opinion in reference to that. I'm not going to do a video in reference to any negativity about Safemoon. I'm just trying to get you guys from your viewpoint on where this is going to go. And your response is actually really, really valuable. And I'll pick maybe one or two to really talk about on some of the questions. But the poll which I was able to gather is that it was unanimous that a lot of people would buy Safemoon again, even if it's under the name Safemoon or whatever. Question is, would I buy Safemoon again? I would buy Safemoon again, even if the name is Safemoon or not. But I would really prefer, if they do buy it, they change the name. And the reason why I would like the name changed because of the stigma of the name Safemoon, for what it represents, for all the negativity that came with it. I would prefer the name to be changed. Yes, it's a little bit of an overhauling that would need to be done from a coding standpoint, from a front end, which would actually be really easy from a front end. And I'm talking from a website, new website, wallet name and all that stuff. Those parts are really easy, guys. From a coding standpoint, you can just change the name. And there's the UI and the UX, if you guys have been watching my videos. Buttons and all that stuff are really not that hard to be done. Now, on the back end, from an infrastructure standpoint, not too hard either, but from the coding standpoint, the more deeper part, with reflections and all that stuff, they may want to tweak that a bit. What would need to be done for me to be truly and 100% all in with Safemoon is that, number one, I want the LP to be fully locked. I want to know that it's locked. I want to know that whatever percentage from, the tokenomics and all that stuff, that funds is put away into a certain spot to keep the coin stable. When I say that, is that once a sell or a sell happens, that your money is almost 1-to-1. I would like the percentage to be low enough that we don't really get impacted. I did not like the 10%. I did like the fact that it came down to 1% on buys and either 0% on centralized exchanges. I thought that was beautiful. But I think developers must be paid. And because if you do not pay a developer, they're going to try to pay themselves. I would want the contract to be fully reviewed and renounced. I don't think that the Safemoon, last time I checked, the contract was not renounced because they wanted to make changes because they were not ready yet. And the last time I checked, that was one of the main reasons why they were not listed on centralized, tier 1 centralized exchanges. I think a lot of people frown upon the part that was not renounced because they fear that they can go ahead and make changes on the fly. Understandable. They want to make changes, but you can do what is known as a proxy contract to go ahead and make updates to that particular contract. So the contract, one, will have to be renounced. Number two, the LP would have to be locked. And I would prefer that they charge a percentage. It don't have to be 5%, but just take out money for the developers. If you say 5% is going to be taken out on the sales, state clearly that 5% is going to go towards paying the investors. Another thing is that I would prefer it to be a fair launch. I wouldn't want there to be people putting monies in where they get early or pre-sale. No, I want it to be a fair launch where everybody start at the bottom. So there's no issues of it being a security versus a commodity. I want it to be a clean slate. So whoever acquires Safemoon, if it's BB2F, BBTF, or whoever, or anybody, or me putting together a group of partnerships and we all getting together and pooling our money together and making a bid at Safemoon. And if I am a part of that partnership group and making a bid at Safemoon, these are the things that I would specifically put in place and have a multi-sig contract where if there's any movement with or making an adjustment to the contract, it has to email at least 3 to 4 or 5 people so we can go ahead and authorize it and have a group meeting on why these changes are being made. So that once we do have a unanimous decision, then that change will be made. So it's pretty much will be what is known as a change management process. I would try my best if I was a part of that committee to make sure that the very vision that Safemoon had actually set up, because if things did not go awry, I think Safemoon would have been in the top 3 on the top blue chip tokens. But it's just that, we didn't know what Nagy intention was. Again, innocent until proven guilty. We don't know if Thomas really was as guilty as I'm saying. Remember, I'm just saying it just because I can say it, but I can be wrong. We don't know if John is innocent or guilty. We don't know, but it's still innocent until proven guilty. But in my opinion, I feel as if he was the fall guy. I think he was the fall guy because him coming in, his knowledge of running a company at that age that he came in, and those guys were a lot more savvy. Yes, he had his own little consulting company, but guys, I own my own consulting company as well. And I am not as well read as I would like to be when it comes to blockchain technology and study up my very own token and understand the whole liquidity and the whole tokenomics. I learned that over a period of years. And I think by him coming in, they knew that he was not as well read as they were. They had the money and saying, hey, unlock the LP because we need this money to go ahead and develop the company. I think the inexperience, they took advantage of that. Let me know your opinion on that, because really and truly, remember, his company was not a crypto company that he was just doing consulting work, and Thomas was working for him. So him coming in being the CEO, it was a great title, but I think they most likely took advantage of the situation, given the fact that the money was Nagy's money, and they said, hey, you can't lock the LP. We need these other projects and all these different things. So that is what I want to bring to you guys, but those are the things that I would have put in place if I can go ahead and put together a group of guys with deep pockets, which I do know people with deep pockets, but we'll see when that bid process do come around. But just know that if I am a part of that group to go ahead and be a team of 6 people that put in money, like how Binance, CZ put in money to go ahead and get Twitter, and if I'm a part of that, I will have a voice. Lock LP. Have money to pay the developers when they're on the buys and sells. Specifically on the white paper, state that no smoke and mirrors. Everything is clear as day. Seeing how Solana and everybody is clear. ADA, we see how Ethereum, the information is clear. They're not hiding on any kind of smoke mirrors. We want clarity and definitely transparency on every single thing. So when the project does take off, nobody have any questions. Everything is right there on the blockchain that you cannot question. And, you do not want to be in any trouble with the legal system from the United States. Pay your fair share of taxes. No shelf corporation in a foreign country. Just be as transparent. Get all of your ducks in a row. And what I mean by that is that get all of your compliances in order if you're going to be operating in international operations in different countries. So that is what I will do. And whomever gets it, if Don Betty is interested in this, hey, that'd be great. Hey, Don Betty, if you want to reach out to me to DM, let me know your thoughts as well. I'm a pretty clear-headed guy, but I want to do these videos to see what is the Safemoon community thought process and all these different things, because I want to put the gauge on where we are in any project. So again, there are multiple projects of this. I want to know, what are you guys investing in the meantime? after Safemoon, you guys see what I am doing. Let me know what you guys are doing, and are you guys coming together to help one another make money as well, or are you guys still reeling over the situation of Safemoon? My best advice is that you gotta tighten up your bootstraps and actually move on for a minute, make money, but don't forget the fact of the lesson you have learned from Safemoon. And if Safemoon was to be resurrected again under whatever name, okay, take part, but go into it again with the experience. And for those of you who do not want to get involved in it, that is your prerogative. I totally get it. But don't lean away from making money in crypto. There's a lot of monies to be made in crypto. And by you shying away, you shine away from yourself making a few $1,000s. So I hope you guys are enjoying what I'm saying here. I know this was a little bit of a long video, but I would constantly be bringing you guys Safemoon videos, and from the level-headed type of videos, so you guys can understand the point of view. But again, don't miss the fact that Bitcoin and all these other blue chip tokens are making money. So until I see you guys again, you guys have a wonderful day, and peace.